Hey guys, it's been a very long time. Welcome back to my channel, all part of the plan. So yeah, it's been a very long time since I've been on this channel. I think it's been since January 2022. Yeah, life happened, guys. You know, life got busy and my motivation for YouTube, you know, fell at the wayside. But I'm back strong, and I have 2 videos coming up for you guys, so there definitely will be 2 videos in the near future for you. I decided to record in my office today, and I never ever do that, but I decided, hey, let's just go for it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk in today's video about where we are financially and what challenges that we've had since I've been away with you guys. So the last time we spoke, our main goal was to get our house deposit up to 20,000 euros, you know, to start that home mortgage process. And we were so close, guys, so close to getting it. But unfortunately, the job that I had, I started working for a friend of ours back in February 2021. It was only supposed to be, you know, on a flexible kind of basis, you know, just to get him caught up on the work that he had. 15 months later, I was still there, but unfortunately my job came to an end. There was no longer a need for me, which is absolutely fine. Long story short, I did get another job, but I left on the same day, which yeah, maybe I'll explain that in another video. But yeah, I want to go through where we were the last time that I checked in with you guys to where we are now and what has happened in between. So I'm going to be looking over here to the side because I do have kind of some notes. But yeah, so just to jump in, because I'm sure you probably don't want to hear general chit chat, you want to get down to the budgeting basics, which we should, because we all should be watching our money and we all should know where pretty much every cent of our money goes. The last time we spoke to you at the end of January, we had motor insurance, motor tax, motor maintenance. So they were our 3 kind of car related ones. So the insurance was at 90 euros, the tax was at 190 euros, and our maintenance account was at 1,555 euros, because I knew that in the coming months we were going to need a car. In the summertime I was thinking we'd need a car, and I was trying to build that up as well as our house deposit. So that's where they stuck. As of today, as of the end of May, should I say, at the end of May, our insurance in January is at 90 euros, and now it's at 479 euros and 40 cents. So, you know, we've obviously increased it, and that's great because we need that to happen in September. Whereas motorbike insurance is due, and then our car insurance is due in October. The car tax was in January at 190 euros, and right now it's at 65 euros 80 cents. So we did pay in March, we paid a full year's tax for our car, which leads me to my next point. Our maintenance account was at 1,555 euros in January, and at the end of May it's now at 140 euros. So long story short, our old car was due to be NCT'd in March. We sent it off to the NCT. It came back with a big huge sticker on the windscreen and paperwork that said that it was dangerous. It was dangerous, it was unroadworthy, we shouldn't be driving it. They probably shouldn't have let us drive out of the NCT centre with it. We need a new car, there's too much rust, there's nothing you can do about it. It's probably going to cost more than the car was worth. If you remember, or maybe I've never said this before on this channel, I know I do on my lifestyle channel, we got that car at the very start of COVID in March 2020. We got it for free from Robert's boss. It didn't cost us any money. We put some bits and pieces into it. It wasn't, you know, like costing us a fortune or anything. Last year when it went through the NCT, we didn't expect it to pass, but by some miracle it did. And this year again, which is why I was saving up money for it in the car maintenance fund, we didn't expect it to pass, and it didn't pass. But it came at the most horrible time. We were going to Disney in a couple of days. Our car wasn't safe to drive on the road, and we needed to buy a new car, and it's extremely hard here to buy secondhand cars at reasonable prices anymore, because there isn't a big supply of them anymore, so obviously the prices of them have gone up. Luckily, Robert is a car mechanic. He works for somebody who has, you know, like the service bit that Robert works in, but also kind of he does, you know, sales, car sales. And we were so lucky that we got a car. We spent 3,500 euros on a Toyota Aventus. It's a 2010 and it is in pristine condition, guys. It's low mileage, it's a diesel, which you know, but it's in great condition. It's gonna last us a while. The only thing is that our NCT, so we got it NCT'd on the emergency list in early April. It passed flying colors, but because it hadn't been NCT'd prior to that for 4 years, because the car set up for 2 years before we got it and have been driving it around, we need to go back for another NCT in August, which is absolutely madness. So the NCT is like the roadworthy test for the car, so it needs to go back in August, but it should have no problems. It's just an extra 55 euros or whatever it is for the NCT, again twice in a year. But anyways, we bought a new car in March, 3,500 euros, but that meant that we also had to pay extra on our insurance because we were making a change to the policy, and you know, they had like admin fees and all that sort of stuff, so we had to pay 105 euros 22 cents for that. On to the next stuff. So Christmas at the end of January was at 4 euros. Right now it's at the end of May it was at 21 euros. Utilities. So utilities are our gas and electricity. Like everywhere, I'm sure our gas and electricity costs are rising. At the end of January it's set at 671 euros 58 cents. We obviously had some bills kind of come out of that since then, and it's now sitting at the end of May at 497 euros. So I add 20 euros per week to that account to build it up, and then I just pay my bills from that account when they come. I find that's the best way to do it. I also submit monthly meter readings. So our electricity has gone to smart meters, where every 30 minutes it sends a reading to the provider, so I don't have to do the electricity. But for our gas, I make sure that once per month I submit my meter reading, so I have as close to possible the correct bill due, instead of like estimated bills, you know what I mean? So that's definitely my tip, to make sure that you have a utilities, like a gas and electric sinking fund, and you add 10-20 euros per week to it, even in the summer when you don't need it, because come winter you will need it. And then to submit weekly or monthly meter readings to your provider, whether that's you have to phone them up and submit it that way, or sometimes, most times, you can submit it online if you sign up for an online account with your provider. Birthdays was at 152 euros 30 cents. It was Ava's birthday, it was my birthday, but that account now sits at 450 euro. That's because as I was coming to the end of my employment, I was putting money aside for things that I knew were coming up in the next couple of months. So that's ready for 6 birthdays that happen in the next 2 months. Our emergency fund, so our emergency fund was at 6,000 euros, and now it's at 5,192 euros 97 cents. Basically, we had to use an amount from our emergency fund to cover the cost of the car. I think it was like 1,000 euros or something we had to use. So we have since put some money back into it, but yeah, like, so right now, instead of the 6,000 that we wanted at, it's at 5,192 euros 97 cents. So that's just the way it is, and that's something that's I'm going to be working on, and yeah, I'll talk about that in my next video as well. So our house deposit, so that was our main goal the last 15 months while I was working, was to save up a house deposit. So as of the end of January, we had 11,700 euros in a house deposit, and as of the end of May I have 15,550 euros in a house deposit, and it's probably going to stay like that amount for the foreseeable future. We'll see how things goes. Medical is one that just kind of fluctuates, the same with clothing that fluctuates. Ava's school, it was at 35 euros at the end of January, and then come to the end of May it was at 312 euros, which is more than enough to get all of her school books, her school uniforms and that sort of stuff for the next school year. And they're finished school at the end of the month on the 30th, so we'll have summer for 2 months, and then she'll be back I think like the 30th or the 31st of August. Then we also, another kind of cost that came up was that we went to Disney. So as you know, I would have been sharing with you guys that we were going to Disneyland Paris. I was saying it was for Ava's birthday, but really it was just a trip because I wanted to go to Disney. I did a whole video on that over on my lifestyle channel, Or Irish Family, and I'll link that in the description for you guys. I break down how much it costs me and like the tips that I picked up along the way. If that's something that you're interested in about Disneyland Paris, do go over and watch that video. I've broken down exactly from the flights to how much we spent every single day while we were there, if you're interested in that. And another thing that was quite unexpected, very last minute, was we went on another holiday. So in March we went to Disneyland Paris, and then in April I decided I want to go on another holiday for my birthday, which is in May. I wanted to go on another holiday, and so we booked last minute, and I have recorded a video about that for my lifestyle channel as well, where I tell you about that trip with some clips, and I also break down how much we spent there as well. So if that's something that you're wanting to get in on and see how much it costs for a 4-night stay for a family of 3 in May in Salou, do go over and check that video out. So both of those videos will be linked in the description, because I just think that it's helpful information, and it kind of gives people a ballpark figure of what they can expect to pay for their families, or their families, you know, for their vacation. So that's really it, guys. That's where we're kind of staying. That's all the news that we had. New cars, 2 holidays, no job. So yeah, we're back down to 1 income. Definitely for the summer months there will just continue to be 1 income. I am gung-ho into getting my Etsy and YouTube to be a good source of income for our family. Before I started that part-time job that I had, you know, I was doing really well with Etsy, and then, you know, because that job was so busy, I just didn't have time for Etsy and I had to drop it, which in hindsight was not the best idea. But I know that I can get back up there. I've been releasing new products, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. And if you are in the market for any like cash envelopes, cash binders, cash trackers, that sort of stuff, I do have an Etsy shop, and I would love if you could check that out. And I've started to add a Amazon wish list. I've been going through Amazon going, oh, I need a new laptop, put in the new laptop. Oh, I need a new camera, put in the new camera. You know, just to kind of keep myself motivated and know that the money that I set aside for my business is going, what it's going to go towards, you know, besides from, you know, like more product. So yeah, guys, that is everything. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about, please do let me know. I will be back with another video that I've already recorded, so I know I have to release it, which is a cash envelope stuffing, in the next couple of days. So I'll talk to you very soon, guys. Bye.